How good it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how good it is, how sweet it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Shalom. Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
And welcome. So good to have you here. Welcome to everyone who's joining us from home. It's good to have you with us as well. Manishtana halayla hazeh. What's different about tonight? We obviously are not in the sanctuary. We're here in our small sanctuary here in Rosenberg Hall. And that's because tomorrow night, the drum roll, please. We're going to be having our wonderful Purim spiel, which is in the sanctuary, and it's already set up. Oh, Carmen, did you bring the Torah in?
I did.
Oh, thank God. Because if you didn't, it's inaccessible. Anyway, it's a wonderful celebration tomorrow. We hope you all can come. And so that's why we're here praying in this smaller space, which I actually like the intimacy of the smaller space and being closer to you. And speaking of closeness, as we do each Shabbat, let's begin by greeting those all around us. And go find someone you don't know and introduce yourselves and say Shabbat Shalom. Those of you at home, send us a Shabbat Shalom in the chat.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
Hello. Nice to have you. Thank you.
No. That's you.
Hello.
And our service continues. We're back in our prayer book on page 6. And we join together in the Father. Come on. now on page 8 with the lighting of the candles for Shabbat. And it's a pleasure to invite the Golden family, Stephanie, and Rich, and Sophie to come forward to light the candles. And we will first begin with the third candle in solidarity with the hostages who are still being held captive in Gaza. We pray for their safe return, that they come home to their families and to their lives. And the Goldens are having in honor of the birthday of Barbara English. Barbara, blessed memory. Will you, Emma?
Also, I just want to say to those at home that there's quite a bit of a delay. So if you put things in the chat and I don't say the name or what's something that you put in the chat, it's because I didn't get it fast enough to see it. So you have to be quick on the fingers tonight. Sorry about that.
Our service continues on page 9, and we rise either physically or in the spirit as we continue with the call to worship. Page 11, Vikamoka, Adonai, Vikamoka, Megalakodesh, Moratehino, Vikamoka, Adonai, Vikamoka, Megalakodesh, Moratehino, on the bottom of page 13 to write either physically or in spirit or Amidah. Adonai, 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 Elohei Rachel, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor HaNorah, Elyon, Ohem Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei HaKol, V'zochem Hasei Avot Ve'imahot, U'mevi'ulam Livnei B'neihem, Le'man Shemo Ve'ha'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Ve'ezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol, Atah Rav Le'Hoshia, Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayeh HaKol Berachamim Rabim, Somer Nofim Berafeh Ohonim, U'mastir Asurim, U'mekayeh Emunato, Mishenei Afar, Mikamo Chava Gevurot, U'midom Elav, Melech Memit, U'mekayeh, U'mastir Yeshua, B'ne'eman Natan HaChayot HaKol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol. Atah Kadosh v'Shimcha Kadosh, U'kedoshim b'chol yom, Yehalelu Hasela, Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh. You may be seated. Continue reading on the middle of page 15. Mitzvei Adonai Eloheinu Ha'amcha Yisrael, U'tfilatam be'ahavat tekabel, U'tiratzon tamid avodat Yisrael ha'melacha. Baruch atah Adonai, She'ocha u'vadcha, be'yirah na'avo. Be gracious, O Lord our God, to your people Israel, and receive our prayers as well. May our worship always be acceptable to you. Modim anachnu lach, she'atah hu Adonai Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu le'olam va'ed. Sur Hayenu, Hayen Ishenu, Atahu Lador Vador. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our life within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Shalom Rama Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rama Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rama Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. We are into the month of Adar, which on our Jewish calendar is a month where we are commanded to feel joy. We say, be happy, it's Adar. And even in a world with a lot of darkness, I don't have to list what I mean by that, we can find joy. And think of the beautiful weather we've had the last few days. Think of the trees that are blossoming, and the grass that's a little greener, and the warmth of the sun as you walk from your car to wherever you're going, and count your blessings. Let us take a few quiet moments that we each have the opportunity to turn inward and to meditate, pray in our own way, count our blessings. Tefillat Hamelech, the prayer of the heart. Well, it's due to several challenges on our calendar that we are going to be holding our Purim spiel a bit early this year to maximize the participation of the widest circle of our congregation. That's why our wonderful spiel, believe it or not, is tomorrow night. All the cast members just went. And our theme this year, most of you probably heard, is Cinema-Megillah. It's a mashup, so to speak, of cinema and Megillah, thus Cinema-Megillah. Brilliant, I think. I think it was Ari's thought, right? Wasn't it yours? And we'll be having all the songs and characters coming from our favorite movies from throughout the years. As King Ahasuerus, my perpetual role in the spiel, one of my songs this year uses the melody of the Doris Day classic Que Sera, Sera, probably her most famous and popular song. Her identity will forever be linked to it. That's the song, if she ever won an award, that they'd be playing as she's walking up to the stage. It won the Academy Award for Best Original Song in 1956 when it appeared in the Alfred Hitchcock thriller, The Man Who Knew Too Much, starring Doris Day and James Stewart. The song was written especially for the movie by the team of Jay Livingston and Ray Evans, both of them Jews. And they both changed their names, obviously. And even though Doris Day didn't much like it or even want to sing it, it became her runaway hit. Now, don't be impressed that I knew all that, because I didn't. But with the help of Rabbi Google, I did a little research, which also led me to the original lyrics of the song, which are quite different from what I will be singing tomorrow night, I assure you. However, they're worth taking a look at, because I think that they carry a theme that is actually 180 degrees in opposition to one of the key themes of Purim. And the dissimilarity gives us something important to say. So here are the words of the original lyric. When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera, what will be, will be. When I grew up and fell in love, I asked my sweetheart, what lies ahead? Will we have rainbows day after day? Here's what my sweetheart said. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera, what will be, will be. Now I have children of my own. They ask their mother, what will I be? Will I be handsome? Will I be rich? I tell them tenderly, Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera, what will be, will be. Thank you for joining me. So many of us know that song from years gone by, and it might carry with it many happy memories. I know it does for me. It's very much a sweet lullaby, as it was in the Alfred Hitchcock movie. But it's a bit fatalistic and very sad, isn't it? Whatever will be, will be. Because can't we also say that whatever we make of the future at least plays a role in what will be? It's true. that whatever we will be, whether we will be handsome or not, may not be in our hands. It's true that whether we will have rainbows every single day in our lives, or whether we will be rich or not, may not be in our hands. But some things are in our hands, and the song makes no mention of that. And this is why, lovely as the music and the lyrics to this song are, I have some reservations about what it says. Now let me ask a question. What would the Jewish equivalent to Ke Sarah, Sarah be? And how might it differ in tone and message? There is in Hebrew the saying, Masha Yihye Yihye. And there is even the Yiddish equivalent, Vos vet sein et sein. Both literally would translate, what will be, will be. But there is a phrase in the Megillah, which we read on Purim, which has a similar phrase, but a very different interpretation. It comes in that dramatic scene where Mordecai, having discovered Haman's decree to wipe out all the Jews, goes to Esther to elicit her support. As the queen of Shushan, he thinks surely she would have some pull and influence over the king. Esther, however, is reticent, at least at first, and she tells Mordecai that no one can go to see the king without having an invitation. Doing that alone, she says, would put her life in danger. To this, Mordecai replies, do you think that you will escape with your life by being in the palace? On the contrary, if you keep silent in this crisis, relief and deliverance will come to the Jews from elsewhere. But you and your father's house will perish. Who knows? Perhaps it is for this moment that you attained this royal position. What Mordecai is saying is pretty blunt. And Esther seems to get the message. Now, I don't know if she's moved by the implied threat, or whether she is moved by the notion that there just might be a divine purpose for her becoming queen. But she tells him what she will do. She only asks that her people pray on her behalf, and that she ends her message with these three words. Asher avadati, avadati. And if I perish, then I will perish. Now, when you first hear these three words, they sound a lot like an exact translation of Ke Sarah, Sarah, do they not? She's saying, I will take my life into my hands. I will defy the order that no one is allowed to go to the king without being called. And if I perish as a result, then I perish. Her words sound as fatalistic as the lyrics of Ke Sarah, Sarah. But if you look at them a bit more closely, you will see that they are not exactly the same. What will be means that I have no say in what happens. The future will come and it will determine our lives, and we have nothing to say about it. But what Esther is saying is something very different. She will take action. She will confront the king. She will tell him the truth. She will do what she can to persuade him to annul the decree, and if she fails, she fails. But at least she will have given it her best shot. She will have done whatever she could to change the situation. And then after that, and only after that, it will be out of her hands. Let me suggest, in all seriousness, that we all are confronted by the choice between these two phrases. If we passively choose what will be, que sera, sera, then we surrender responsibility for what happens. Everything will be decided by fate. But if we choose the way of Esther, if we do whatever we can to change our life, then and only then will we be fatalistic. Doris Day's song is tempting because if you follow its advice, if you never try, then you will never run the risk of failure. If you follow Doris Day's advice in the song, you will never ask anyone out on a date because, therefore, you will never have the possibility of being rejected. If you live by que sera, sera, you will never go back to school because you cannot fail a class that you do not take. If you never change careers because you cannot fail at something that you never try, you're living your life by que sera, sera. But if you follow the advice of Esther, you may fail, but at least you will have given it your best shot. And then you can say what will be, will be. Let me finish by telling you the story of a man who probably never heard of Queen Esther, but who lived his life by her advice. Do any of you know the name Lou Brock? Baseball fans. He was a baseball player who spent most of his career as a left fielder for the St. Louis Cardinals, and he held the record for the most stolen bases in 1 year. He set that record when he was in his late 30s, at a time when most athletes are winding down their careers. Someone asked him how he was able to steal more bases than younger, faster players, and this was his answer. When you start out in baseball, he said, you're young and you have the speed and the reflexes that it takes to steal bases. However, every so often you try to steal second base and you get thrown out. And when you do, it's a long, long walk back to the dugout with 40,000 fans watching and booing you. But when you reach my age, you come to understand that bases are stolen not by being the fastest, but by the willingness to take that long walk back to the dugout, by the willingness to risk looking bad in the eyes of the fans. If you are afraid to fail, you will never steal a base.
Yep.
I think that is very wise advice for all of us. I think that if we are going to succeed, we have to have the courage to fail. And this is the lesson that I would have us learn from the Megillah when we tell the story of Queen Esther in our spiel tomorrow night. There will be an awful lot of noise. The crowd will go wild when they hear the name of you-know-who. Sitting in our front row. Or the character he's playing. But when you get to those words of Esther, I urge you to pay attention, for I think that they are wise words. I think that they are wiser than que sera, sera, and that they are words to live by. For what they mean is, I have agency in life. I have the power and the talent and the intellect, whatever it takes to succeed. And I am going to do my very best And then, and only then, after I have done my best, will I say what will be, will be. And so, with all due respect to Doris Day, and to her song, Que Sera, Sera, I think that Esther's words are wiser, and that we should strive to learn them and to live by them, not only in Korah, but all through the year. Can you hear us? May it be God's will. Now I know you're going to be singing that song all night long. Probably me too. Our service continues on page 20 with Seder Kriyat HaTorah. And Stephanie, we invite you to come forward and carry the Torah from Hakafa. Jacob, come, let us walk in the light of our God. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonai, Gadol Shemo. Carmen,
Rabbi,
what are we reading from the Torah tonight?
so this week's Parsha is by Akel, and we are going to read right from the beginning of the Parsha, which is another wonderful reminder of the importance of the celebration of Shabbat. Even for building the tabernacle, you stop and you celebrate Shabbat. And I don't know about you guys, but particularly this week, It's a good week to have Shabbat for me.
A good reminder to stop all our work and
Take a breath.
take a breath. If only a short one. And for our Aliyah tonight, we are inviting up to the front all our spielers, everyone who is in the Purim spiel, whether on stage or off. Come on. Everyone who has some hand in the success of this wonderful celebration. Including Ari, who's been very involved this year, even more than normal. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Vayakel Moshe et kol adat b'nei Yisrael vayomer alehem ela hadvarim asher tziva Adonai la'asot otam sheshet yamim תעשה מלאכה וביום השביעי יהיה לכם קודש שבת שבתון אדוני כל העושה בו מלאכה יומת לא תבערו אש בכל מושבותיכם ביום השבת. ויאמר משה אל כל עדת בני ישראל לאמור זה הדבר אשר ציווה אדוני לאמור קחו מאיתכם תרומה לאדוני כל נדיב ליבו יביאיה את תרומת אדוני זהב וכסף ונחושת.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
You should cook for them and break away.
The words that Karma chanted from the beginning of the Torah portion not only talk about the primacy of Shabbat, it was also how Moshe is commanded to go and say to the people that they are to make donations, free will offerings for the building of the Mishkan, of the tabernacle, gifts of gold and silver, but also the work of their hands. And as I think about it, so perfectly we have the Spielers up here, who are also involved in temple and are putting in so much time memorizing their lines and the choreography, and giving so much of themselves to put on this wonderful celebration, not only for themselves, but to bring joy for our entire community. And I think also so many people who do dig deeply into what they have and give to us from their hearts to sustain this community. Without those gifts, we would not be here. These lights wouldn't be on, and we just wouldn't have this wonderful Tehillah Kedoshah, this holy community, without so many people giving. And so I say thank you to everyone for being here, and everyone who throughout the year gives so much of themselves to our wonderful temple. And before we put our scroll away, we always like to say blessings for good health and for healing for our many friends and family members who are ill and who need our love and our help and our support, whatever we can bring to give a little extra strength to help them through this time. Those of you who are joining us from home, we invite you to send us names so that we can read them here from the Bima. On our list this week, we pray for healing for Ann Porteous, Diane Dakin, Randy Watkins, Gabby Lopez-Smith, Victor Altman, Samantha Porteous, John Kaplan, Barry Klein, Brooke Hall, Cheryl Gross, Joseph Mayer, Leslie Hirschfield, Judy Platt, Jacob Tannenbaum, Michael Sheets, Leon Ledesma, Michael Hall, Bill Meyer, Laura Muro, Sherwin Sobel, Don Gonzanga, Arlene Singer, Philip Greer, Arlene Lipkin, Paul Preciso, Sonny David, Danny Rifkin, Linda Heiser, and Evelyn Young. And I invite those of us here who have names to add to the Misha Barak list to please say them out loud. Sign together on page 23 in our Misha Barak prayer.
I'm going to give those a form a little bit longer, so I'll say the names afterwards. And Sheila DeMore.
And we add to those names mentioned aloud, those of us here and those of you joining us from home who are in need of these same prayers of Refuat HaNefesh and Refuat HaGuf for healing of mind and body and spirit. Baruch atah Adonai Rofeh HaCholim. Blessed are you, O God, who heals the sick.
Continue with the prayer for our country and the state of Israel.
Guardian of life and liberty, grant blessings to our country. Grant our leaders patience and wisdom. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and may we never be lazy in the work of peace. Eternal God, grant blessings to the state of Israel. Protect your people, shelter them with peace, and grant them deliverance from the violence that surrounds them. May they live in harmony with one another and with their neighbors. May the bonds of faith and faith that unite the Jews of all lands be a source of strength and blessing to each of us and to all the world. And let us say, Amen. We rise, either listen to yours. We take a moment of tribute and memory as we remember our loved ones who are no longer with us physically, but whom we carry in our hearts. And so they very much are with us and continue to carry and bless us. We invite those of you at home, if you are in the first year of mourning, go ahead and send the names of those loved ones to us so we can share them here. And anyone who is here, who's mourning the loss of a loved one, if you're in Shiva or Shloshim or Shabbat, anytime in the first year of mourning, we invite you to please stand and share with us the name of your precious loved one.
Here we call
mientras se nuestra
And the following names are the names of loved ones of our community who have Yorkside, the anniversary of their death sometime in the week ahead. We remember with love Florence Brakeman, Werner Meyer, Joseph Nassanow. If I say the name of your loved one, we invite you to stand. Milda Talmez, Virginia Hall, Joseph Dreyfus, Myron Lubin, Jerry Euses, Maury Silver, Curtis Evie, Dubrin Hirschberg, Sigmund Oppenheimer, Dina Stroll, Stan Beckler, Sonia Arnapol, Stella Heilbron, Sydney Millette, Jenny Gell, Sarah Epstein, and Beatrice Hockheiser. Is there anyone here who is observing Yorkside?
And then we add Nate Korn, Laura Lipner, and Harriet Korn.
Zichanam Levracha, may the memory of all these precious loved ones be for a never-ending source of strength and blessing. And we hold in our hearts all those who have died in the conflict in Gaza and Israel, all the innocent caught up. As we remember as well the 6 million who died in the Holocaust, so many leaving no one to remember them. We take them into our hearts along with our own loved ones who have died, and with in solidarity with the mourners, we turn to page 26 and rises the Kehillah, the mourners' march. Yitkadah v'yitkadah shemei Rabbah, Yomad yivra v'yitei v'yitmachutei, v'chayachol v'yomechol, v'chayet kol beit Yisrael, v'adalah v'zman kariv v'yimru hamein, Yehi shemei Rabbah v'barach ve'olam u'v'yomaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitbahar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei l'kusha b'richu, ve'elam mikol birchata v'shirata, tishvachata v'nekamata, v'amira ve'ama v'yirumare, Yehi shama rabba v'yishmaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yirumare, Osei shalom v'ramav, Uya say shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'yirumare. May the stars of peace send peace to all who mourn, and comfort to the bereaved among us. And let us say, Amen. You may be seated. Stephanie, come on down, or come on up. Been a lot, up here a lot tonight.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Ari, for connecting us with our friends at home. We're telling the story of Esther with this year's blockbuster spiel, Cinema Villa. After the spiel, enjoy pizza and salad, plus carnival games, a bounce house, and face painting. The fun begins at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Order your Passover Haggadah from our Judaica shop by March 15th. Reach out to Deborah Blinder for more information. Our next food fair fun shop is March 16th and 17th. Come make paroshkis with Dave Newstead and Karma. We need lots of hands. Everyone is invited. Our family promise guests will be arriving on March 24th. We're still looking for an evening van drive, right? Or driver.
Sorry.
For Fridays, March 29th, and go for a drive, and April 5th, as well as Saturday, April 6th, and a morning driver for Sunday, April 7th. You can do this amazing mitzvah in less than an hour. Reach out to Kathy Meyer or Karma for more details or to volunteer. You do not have to be a temple member to participate. Everyone is welcome to volunteer for Family Promise. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, and we hope to see you with the spiel.
Thank you. With that be a mitzvah mobile?
It would be a mitzvah mobile and a mitzvah to drive it.
Yes.
Why don't we see if we can join together as close as we can?
You heard about the Paroshki workshop. I have to tell you, last weekend, we had lots of volunteers here in the kitchen in Natasha and Fun Shop. And since my job is quality control, I can tell you they're delicious. So if that alone is reason to come to Market.
Thank you very much.
I invite you to all come stand around the foot of the bima, but I think we're pretty much here. Oh, say shalom, come on.
Say shalom.
Does anyone have a simcha, a birthday, or an anniversary, or any happy occasion you'd like to share with us?
The joy of the daughter. Oh, okay.
Hannah?
You were here last Friday.
With your birthday or Hannah? Your birthday.
Last week.
But Hannah could come up too.
We have a special challah made by Deborah this week. And it's a Purim mass.
You're a massive challah.
Very sweet. Isn't that cool? Woo! All right, let's all attach hands, arms.
The eggs are Haman's eyes.
Amen.
Okay, the eggs are hands, eyes.
And there's, with the Purim, things being hidden, there's halva inside.
Halva?
Hidden.
There's halva in the challah?
There is.
Okay.
So,
One of the things that we do at Purim time is to wear a mask or some kind of costume, because that's an important theme of the whole story is the hiddenness. Right? Esther hid her identity, and the name of God is not explicit, doesn't occur, but maybe God is working hidden behind the scenes. Thus, the Purim Challah.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
And say Shabbat Shalom to everyone joining us from home. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
And Shabbat Shalom to everyone here.
Wait, you say,